Greetings, people of Defend the House. My name is Joe, in case you are new to the channel or you've never seen a video in this format before. I am the guy who makes the videos. I'm the guy who runs this channel currently, and I have felt over the last few months I haven't been doing a very good job at communicating with people on this channel. I do my best to keep very up to date with the Patreons for this channel, but when it comes to just the general viewers, which there are much more of those people, I don't really do much. I try to stay active in the comments and answer people's questions, but I never really let people know what's going on, and maybe some people like that, they like the mystery, but I know some people would probably like to know how this channel is run, who's behind it, and just get a little update every now and then about what's happening for the future of this channel. And that's the plan for this series. I want to do one video a month. I don't want to make these really regular. As you can tell, I don't really know what I'm doing. I don't have the best camera. I don't have the best microphone, and I really don't know what I'm doing with lighting. I've just got like a desk lamp trying to bounce off the wall and some natural light. I think I'm pale. I don't know. I don't go outside much anyway. This series might not be of much interest to some people. Some people might just like to keep things a surprise and not know what's coming on the channel. But I think a few people would maybe like the option to at least have a video come out every now and then, which tells them the direction we're going in, what we're working on, and just some general behind the scenes information, and I'm going to answer some questions as well. There is one main topic that I wanted to focus on for this pilot episode of this series. I don't know what I'm going to call it. Probably just call it Monthly Update 1. I was never very good at coming up with interesting video titles, but the main topic I really wanted to focus on for this first video was the current direction for Defend the House and future plans for new series. There's always been one thing I worried about when it came to our Myth series, and that was if there would be a time where the right games aren't out at the right time and there was nothing for us to test or do. I've been kind of lucky over these last 6 months. Battlefield 1 has worked out really well and it just keeps giving me stuff to do. We are coming towards the end of like Titanfall 2, Overwatch, probably PUBG as well is coming, not to an end, but there really isn't that much stuff to experiment in that game. So I don't know the longevity of that series. I think I could probably get a few more episodes out of Battlefield 1, but I'm definitely getting to the point where with our current series rotations when it comes to the games we're doing, I need some new ones. We do have some new games coming out. We have Call of Duty, we have Destiny 2, which could be good for videos, and we have Star Wars Battlefront 2, which I'm hopeful for. But when it comes to those 3 games, I don't know if anyone's gonna give a shit about Call of Duty. I doubt they are. I don't know if anyone's gonna care about Star Wars Battlefront, and I don't know how flexible and experimentational Destiny 2 is gonna be. So I'm in this kind of awkward phase where I'm like, I don't know if we're gonna have stuff to test in a month or so. So when it comes to that, I made a promise back in October that I was going to keep this channel consistent no matter what. But how do I keep the channel consistent if there's nothing for us to test or there's no video games that people care about? I'm going to have to think up new ideas. And if you've been following over this last 6 months, I have tried some new things. I did Overwatch Bot Battle. I really liked Bot Battle. I redid it a second time, and that was like the longest project I've ever worked on this channel. It didn't get that many views, but I think the people who watched it really enjoyed it. I think that's one of my proudest projects I've made on this channel. I really liked Overwatch Bot Battle 2.0. I really liked the way that came out. I would actually love to do more Bot Battle, but for that to happen, a game needs a few quite specific things. They need a nice free cam system because I want to make it theatrical and just look good like a imitation sports event. And it also just needs a system where AI can battle each other. I wanted to do one in Titanfall 2 for like 7 months, but Titanfall 2 doesn't have a very good spectating or recording system. We actually did try and record it with us just having our boots on the ground, but the Titans kept like stamping on us, killing us, and it was just a bit of a mess. So I didn't go through with the Titanfall 2 bot battle, but I wanted to bring back bot battle in some form and fashion. It just hasn't really happened. There hasn't been a game that really suited it, but I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful for the future. I also did a backwards video which was a really weird idea of mine. I just thought that explosions and stuff blowing up reverse looked cool, and I wanted to make a video out of it. So I made a strange skit. It wasn't really funny. It was just supposed to be focused around a guy who had a hammer that could repair stuff in Battlefield 1. That video got a lot of views, and also it made a lot of people angry. I don't know why people are so angry at the video. A lot of people thought I was trying to trick them. I thought it was quite obvious the footage was in reverse because you can't fix stuff with a hammer in Battlefield 1. I thought it was obvious. That was supposed to be part of the gag, but don't think some people got it. Some people didn't like it. Some people did not like that video at all. I was just experimenting, trying new things. I haven't really had any more ideas for reverse stuff in video games, but I might try it again. It's really, really annoying to make because my computer isn't good enough to play back reverse footage. I have a pretty good PC, but for some reason my PC still can't smoothly play back reverse footage, even at like a quarter quality. So I have to render every single clip and then check out how it came out and evaluate it that way. So it's a real pain in the ass to make, but I liked it. I thought it was a weird, funny video. Anyway, I'm getting off track. The point of bringing up Bot Battle and the reverse video is basically to introduce the fact that I'm going to be experimenting with some different videos. I have 2 new series planned, which I'm almost sure that I'm going to create and put out on the channel. And I will basically be relying on your feedback to determine if these become a permanent placement on Defend the House. I love the Myth series and we're always going to do it forever, but I just feel like if we had 1 or 2 more frequent series which were flexible, maybe even worked with single player games outside of just multiplayer stuff, it would really help to keep this channel consistent. I don't want to churn out stuff of a low quality. I don't want to churn out stuff that you guys have seen 1,000 times before. So I'm trying my best to think of unique things that I haven't seen. That's my doggo. I just thought it was a good idea to give some heads up and a little bit of warning in case the upcoming DTH content is a little bit different and experimental. I'm going to be trying different things, seeing what you guys think of them. I just don't want you guys to panic and think it's replacing our usual content. I'm just going to be trying up some new ideas. I have 2 new ideas, as I said. I'm not going to go into detail about what the 2 new series ideas I have are, because I've disclosed my ideas on our Patreon page, and I just don't want to come onto this series every single month and just say everything that I put on our update blog on Patreon. Otherwise it makes pledging for that tier pretty much pointless for the people who have done that. So I'm just going to say 2 brand new ideas coming out. One is pretty close to our usual format and one is actually very different. So I'm not sure how that's going to go down. I think the one that is more different is coming out first as well. So let's see how that goes. So that was the main discussion point for this video. Just a heads up, new content on the way. It's going to be different than usual. Doesn't mean it's replacing anything, and it doesn't mean it's going to be a permanent fixture on Defend the House. It's just going to be something that I'm trying out. Also, when it comes to editing, if you make the same videos over and over again, it can get a little bit tedious and repetitive. I think of myself as a reasonably creative person. I like making different things. So hopefully on Defend the House, it can be a platform for me to try weird and interesting ideas, and you guys give it a go, give it honest feedback. If you don't like it, say it's shit. If you like it, say I would see more of this. I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's move on to questions. So in every one of these episodes, I'm going to do an FAQ section. I'm going to answer a frequently asked question and also a frequently annoying question that I get a lot in the comments. So a frequently asked question I get all the time is, where do I get the music that I use for the videos? When it comes to music, I literally just go on SoundCloud and just search. I don't have like a secret website or YouTube page which just keeps posting this music. The best way to find good music, in my opinion, is just to go on SoundCloud and just really dig around and take your time. There's a lot of up-and-coming artists on SoundCloud which aren't signed to a record label. They're looking for some exposure, and there's some really interesting and good stuff on SoundCloud. It takes a long time to find. There isn't a very good searching system on SoundCloud. I have like a small, medium list of artists that I check every now and then to see if they've made new music, and then I kind of see related artists compared to the ones I'm already using. I see what other artists are following. On SoundCloud, there's a good community spirit. A lot of these small artists collaborate and they're all trying to help each other out. So using that network, you can kind of find artists from other artists. I'm saying the word artist a lot, and this probably isn't making any sense. The answer is SoundCloud. I find all my music on SoundCloud by digging and searching, and it takes a long time, but I think it's worth it. I think the music on this channel is one of the most important things about it, and it's not exactly the hardest job in the world to sit at the computer and just listen to music all day looking for good stuff. It's fun. I enjoy doing it. And the frequently annoying question for this episode is, why did you include this thing? Everyone knows this, or I know this. Now, except for Overwatch, I compile and create all of the myth suggestions and ideas for all the series on this channel. I do get some recommendations from the comments, but I'm just one guy who plucks them out and thinks this is a good idea for a video. The limitation with that is that I don't play as much Battlefield, Titanfall 2, and PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds as people who are watching. I am just one guy, and I play a lot of different games. I'm not a shooter guy, I'm not a Jack Frags or a Stone Mountain. I don't just play shooters, I really like variety gaming. Like I just played Uncharted, I'm playing Persona 5, I like playing a broad spectrum of games. And I don't have a lot of time to play multiplayer games, so a lot of the time I'm making videos on multiplayer games which people in the comments have played much more than I have. I can only make videos based off my knowledge on a game and what I think is unknown and abstract, if that makes sense. There's gonna be times where I think something is interesting and everyone knows it in the community and I'm just a bit behind. Like if we had a big team of people, it might be a little bit easier to avoid testing things that are well known, but I do my best to keep on top of things. I'm checking subreddits all the time and making sure these things aren't really common knowledge. I obviously use comments, your guys' comments, to build these episodes, and I'm assuming that if you guys are asking it, not everyone knows it. But if I put stuff in a video, you know, I'm sorry, I don't play a ton of multiplayer games. So there is a chance that you know more than me when it comes to these games sometimes, but I do my best. I'm always going to do my best to pick things that I think people don't know and isn't common knowledge, but there's always going to be a chance that I'm just wrong and everyone knows it. So if that happens, sorry, I'll try better next episode. And the last section of this video I'm going to do every single month is Patreon questions. I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who pledges on Patreon. The YouTube AdSense for this channel can be a little bit hit and miss, so I really appreciate people who go out their way to just help out with a few bucks a month. I really genuinely appreciate it. But I got a few questions. Ray Reese said, what do you do outside of YouTube? Pretty much the same thing. Video games have always been my hobby, so when I'm not making video game videos, I'm usually playing video games. On the weekends, I do my best to get out and about and see friends and family and make sure that I'm not completely throwing those relationships in the drain with my self-destructive obsession with video production and internet life. That was really sad. Ray Reese also asked about collaborations. I don't know if the format of Defend the House really works for collaborations. We don't include much personality into our content. There's not much people aspect. It's more about the video games, and that's the way I kind of want to keep it. I know this video kind of contradicts that, but I really just want to focus Defend the House on being about the quality, high production stuff you haven't seen in video games stuff. And I don't really know if that would work or even make the content better if there's different human beings or YouTube celebrities involved. We'll see how the future of the channel goes. Maybe a video format will open up which allows for guests on the channel, but right now I just don't really think it would add anything. Like if you saw Jack Frags in a myth video, I don't think it would make it any better, or people would even notice. Could we turn the HUD off? I have no idea. We'll see how the future goes. Malter Neeson. If I pronounce that wrong, I'm sorry. I'm from England and I'm stupid. The first question is, where do you come from? I'm from England and I'm stupid. How did you end up with Defend the House? If people don't know, I was actually handed this channel over. Before this, I was a mere Let's Player that was helping Defend the House. I used to make some GTA Mythbusters and some Far Cry before Mythbusters. I was just a wee little assistant. We also did video reviews as well. I'm not sure how much I want to say about this because I don't know how much of their business Matt and Caleb want me talking about, but the two guys who ran the channel didn't want to run it anymore. And they knew that I enjoyed making videos, they knew that I enjoyed YouTube, and they were like, do you want to take over Defend the House and have a chance at doing YouTube full time? And I was like, fuck yes. And I took over in October. If you're new to the channel, that was before Battlefield 1 started. Battlefield 1 was my first series on this channel, and then I've been doing Titanfall 2, PUBG, Zelda, Watch Dogs 2 for an episode. So if you've seen that stuff, that's been meh. Yes, I know it's very strange to pass over a YouTube channel with 500,000 subscribers. I agree. I think it's very strange. I'm not complaining, but if you don't enjoy YouTube, then I don't really think it's worth pursuing or doing. If you enjoy making YouTube videos and you get it as a job, it's gonna be one of the best jobs ever. But if you don't enjoy doing it, then it's just like any other job. So I understand why they stepped down. Also, making these videos isn't always fun. If you guys watch Behind the Myths, you know that sometimes me and Jameson have a good laugh while making these videos. Sometimes it's not fun. Sometimes it's very, very tedious, and some of the editing can be tedious. So if you had to force doing this, I can understand how it would just be like, no, I am out. If you were on this channel before October, you may notice there were some long stretches of no videos on Defend the House. That was times where Matt and Caleb were like, nah, I don't want to do this. And I think they just had enough. But yeah, I am happy. I like that they quit, because now I get to do this as a job, a very low paying job, but I really enjoy it. It's fun. And I still talk to Caleb. Caleb's involved. He's working on some art stuff for t-shirts. I'm going to post his Instagram somewhere because I think he's a good artist. If you like art, you should follow Caleb on Instagram. And Matt's somewhere. He's doing something. I know what he's doing, but I don't want to pass out personal information. But yeah, thank you for the questions, Ray and Malte. Sorry if I said anything wrong. But that's going to be the end of this currently unnamed series, Defend the Face monthly update. I don't know. I'm really bad at video title names. I can edit videos, but I can't think of good names. But thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you found some of this information to be insightful. If you checked out this series for the first time, I appreciate it. Hopefully by now you know if you give a shit. If this series is not for you, then you just don't have to watch it. I know this series won't be for everyone, but hopefully someone out there finds it a little bit interesting to hear about what's happening on the channel, what my thought process is on creating stuff, and just answering some questions for you guys. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments below, and if people like this video, I will be back next month for September. That's the next month, right? Yeah. Okay. Bye.